go. That's turkey for what it is. How's it going, everybody? Today, we're going to be doing our Thanksgiving special. That's right. It's turkey time. Get all the stuff on the table. We're going to have a whole Thanksgiving special for you this year, including a special guest as well. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, grab a beverage, and listen on in to the first ones to die.
Hey everyone, welcome to the First Ones to Die podcast. And you know what we got? We got greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, hams. But before we get into that,
You name it! I mean, to be fair, that song is from a pastor saying her, like, doing a whole, like, sermon, like, after her during her concert. Shirley Caesar, gospel legend. Look her up if you don't know. She's great.
And now it has become an iconic Thanksgiving song, essentially.
What happens when the young folk gets a hold of a gospel classic? Because that was not a new
an
clip.
instant classic.
Like that was an old thing, and they interviewed her about it. And Shirley Caesar was like, I honestly was surprised when I heard about the song because it's been years since I did that.
It's as legendary as a Mariah Carey song.
Hey, listen, Thanksgiving did need a theme. All right, there is no Thanksgiving songs, and so now we have one.
Why does there need to be a Thanksgiving song?
Because there's one for every holiday. All right, there's plenty of Christmas songs, Halloween,
Name a
Easter?
Martin Luther King Jr. Day song.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day song. Jesus
gonna make a
Walks.
racist joke.
By
Okay, well, there
Kanye
you go.
West. I mean, you can't tell me you wouldn't play that at the March of Selma, and somebody would be like out here with the picket line. Jesus was. Lord, show me the way because the devil's trying to bring me down.
Isn't that Kanye West?
That's Martin right there with the mustache. Lord, show me the way because the devil's
that
trying
Kanye
to bring
West,
me
though?
down.
Isn't that Kanye West though?
That was
The guy who said
shockingly
slavery
good
was an option.
MLK impression.
The guy who said slavery was an option. You're gonna
Kanye
play
did
it.
not.
That's
Oh
That
my
song
God,
was
he did
before
say
that.
that.
This is early Kanye. This is even before George Bush don't care about black people. Kanye, all right. This is when he was clean.
I remember watching that live. That was great.
I love how people comment about Mike Myers being there during that moment. My favorite thing though is when they cut to Chris Tucker after.
Chris
And
Tucker.
Chris Tucker's just staring over like, what the fuck was that? Now I gotta clean up this man's mess.
We've jumped straight right into it. But in case you're new here, we're the first ones to die. We have Alex and Jerome. How y'all doing today?
Doing good. Ready for Thanksgiving. If I play my cards right, at least the audio version of this is going to come out on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody listening to this. I hope you're having a great time. And if the video version comes out before that or on Thanksgiving, well, happy early Thanksgiving or happy late Thanksgiving if you missed it. Hope you survived Black Friday. Because Lord knows, it's like you go from eating all this food and coming together so you can get ready for the purge the literal next day. getting your knives sharpened and ready for you to shank a fool for a TV or two. Maybe a toaster.
Black Friday's not like that anymore, though. You don't get body checked. You don't get trampled anymore. It's really
because you can find the
really
same
sad.
things online.
Yeah,
No, it depends on the state.
Like
Depends on
Dallas,
the state and
Texas.
city. Like places like Seattle, no, because we're all tech around here, so of course we're gonna get everything online. But listen, in them backwater countries, like states and all that stuff, when all they got is the local Walmart, they don't trust that computer stuff because the government. That's how the government get you.
After we record, I have to show you guys. I don't know if you've seen the video. It was like at a Forever 21 or something, and they had these like really expensive, apparently, hoodies that look like trash. Might I add, on sale.
Speaking
in,
of Kanye,
not Forever 21. Sorry, right? Not Forever 21. Sorry. Victoria's Secret.
Why did Victoria's
they had-
Secret, the one place
I
that
don't
sells
know why
all
they
the
were
things
selling
that are
hoodies.
underneath your clothes and that to be taken off, sell hoodies?
I've seen people go feral for like those fucking pink bags.
Yeah, and the one worker climbed up on the table because it was getting too crazy. She was like, "It's really not that serious," as people were like clamoring at the hoodies. I'll show you that video afterwards.
I
But
hope she's in a better place now.
Right, I hope she's doing well.
Got a new job.
Right. Hopefully she is on. She's the CEO of Victoria's Secret now. But you probably, if you're listening to this, have heard his voice. We have a special guest here today. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we are thankful for him. It is our friend Rob. Rob, how you doing?
What's up, dude? I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm thankful to be here today. Thank you.
We're thankful to have you.
Yes, it's great. OG fans have of the podcast would know Rob's voice from our role play episode, or if you're really OG, way back in the Behind the Usher Station days.
Yeah, dude. The real ones know.
But no, you were also in the King Kong episode.
And the King Kong episode.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh,
that was one of our.
yeah.
I don't know
That
how
was-
I forgot that one. That's one of our best highlights of us doing our WWE King
Oh,
Kong
yeah,
versus Godzilla.
That's when I was. That's
One
that's when I was
night
moving to LA.
Yeah.
Yo, think of the WWE. Anyone excited for the Iron Claw? That A24 movie.
What the
coming
hell
out
are you
in
talking
December?
about?
I don't know. Oh, that's the one with Zac Efron, right?
Yeah, it's got Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White. It's a movie coming up from A24.
I was about to say, what is? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I've
but
heard,
yeah.
like, I was kind of anticipating that movie to be a little bit more like wrestling, but apparently it's going to be like more emotional. And I'm just
Well,
not.
yeah. Do you know the
Yeah,
story
that's wrestling.
of the
That's
of
wrestling,
the
dude.
McElroy brothers?
No, why would I know that history?
It's a sad story. Like after I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh man, like cool. We get to see the rise of these guys, a little bit of tragedy." And then I found out the story. I'm like, "Oh no, there is no rise. It's all tragedy, all of it."
I feel
You
You
that.
know who
Whoa.
needs their own movie? Milli Vanilli. And I think I've mentioned it on this podcast
It would
before.
stop when they hit that lip syncing part, and their careers just died from that
No, but you
point
know,
forward.
but what
Well, there's-
happened?
Girl, you
'Cause
know
their
it.
story was
Girl,
tragic,
you know
too.
it. Girl, you know it. Girl.
Their story was tragic too.
Their story was
So
tragic.
I'd like to
That's
see-
true.
I'd like
No,
to
the
see a movie for
McElroy
them.
brothers, they were like kind of
Wait,
wrestling.
don't spoil it.
Well, I just wanted to just give you some context. They were like wrestling royalty until a lot of tragedy
Okay.
happened in their family. And so that's what this movie is. That's why it looks more drama than it is actual like wrestling. Cause it's a sad story. Look it up for yourself. It's depressing.
I'm already
just
depressed. I
wrestling,
don't
dude.
need to add that shit more to my life. So I watch horror movies.
Speaking of, there is that Thanksgiving movie coming out.
Yeah. Based
Yo,
off apparently
yeah.
I think it already came out. Actually,
it's based off of like it's supposed to be like a when the Grindhouse movies came out by Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino when they did that little Grindhouse segment thing with Planet Terror and Death Proof, there was like fake trailers in that double feature movie thing. One of them was Machete,
fucking way.
which did become
Is that one of the
movie.
trailers?
The other one's Thanksgiving. And then
Oh
they
my
made it into an
God.
actual movie now this year. Although I wish it was another Grindhouse movie, but it's not. It's just a straight horror movie.
That's still hilarious, and I love it, dude. I was just thinking about that movie the other day because I was thinking to myself, like, man, they just don't make good shitty slasher flicks like they used
They
to
don't.
anymore. I was thinking about when I was like a teenager and I took a date out to go see like My Bloody Valentine in 3D, and I was like, why don't they have that shit anymore? And then I saw the trailer for this stupid ass Thanksgiving like, horror movie. Dude, I'm so excited. I want to see it. It's gonna be so bad. I can't wait.
Same. I want to
It
see it
came
too.
out this week or it came out yesterday.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
go.
Friday?
Okay. Why? This is my problem. Why is it coming out so close to Thanksgiving? It only has a week to be relevant. Otherwise, you're watching it after Thanksgiving.
I mean, it's the same reason some Christmas movies come out like the top of December. It's like, what the hell are you doing? It's gonna, like,
Well, that
No,
makes
no,
more sense to
Christmas
me because then
different.
it gives you 3 weeks to watch it.
Yeah, and Christmas different.
Dude.
Like they start celebrating as soon as October ends. People got their lights up, and my mom is one of them. She already got her tree up. She's got the little houses up and everything. She's like, "Look," and I'm like, I'm not a fan of Christmas." So I was like, "It's very pretty though. Like she's doing a good job. She's gonna. I'm not gonna bash my mom's creative skills, but like, why are you putting up the tree so early? Thanksgiving hasn't happened. So many things have to happen first.
The disrespect
consent.
to the other holidays.
But
Exactly.
here's the thing, though. If they really wanted to make this fun, they should have had it where a turkey is killing people. And actually, that is a movie. It's called Thanksgiving. It's the best Thanksgiving slasher movie there is. And yes,
So far.
before you ask, there are sequels. like Thanksgiving is so much fun. It's just this foul mouth cursing, talking turkey out here killing people.
That's great. My
It's the
favorite's
early
Thanksgiving 7.
2000s, yeah.
Turkey Takes Manhattan. I love that one.
Wait, is this real?
No, dude.
No,
Oh.
there's only
That's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
We got Sharknado. We got 8 Sharknado
Leave
movies.
Sharknado alone. All right, he has done nothing to you, and I will not allow you to bash it. And also,
You said
there-
you said
There's
yeah.
Thanksgiving for you, so you can know what
Let's
you're in
go,
for.
dude.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at how
Wow.
terrible those effects look.
I think it looks great.
There's
That-
literally
I
a
love that.
scene
like
where he
that's
cuts a
somebody's
man's
sleep
face off,
paralysis demon.
and then he's walking around with it, pretending to be the dude. And this woman legitimately thinks that's her. That's like a human man.
Well, she deserves to die, obviously. That's just
that's what
Darwinism.
nightmares are made of.
Look at this.
Somebody's sleep paralysis demon.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Like this is this is award-winning gold right here. This is a man in a
Dude, I
turkey
saw-
suit talking to a killer turkey made completely out of rubber and puppetry.
It's the early
Let's
2000s
fucking go.
horror films that were so visually bad, but were so good. Those are the ones you were like wanting to go to the theater and be like, yeah, let's just watch this really bloody fest. You know,
Yeah.
using a lot of latex and plaster for the costumes. It was great. I miss
Sometimes the
that.
low budget ones are the scarier ones.
Unless it's
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, in which case it's just a waste of time.
Was that no good?
It's not that it like I remember doing the mini review for it on the podcast when I saw it, and it's not that it's like god awful. It's not even laughably bad because it's very mediocre. It's very like this is clearly your first film as a student because it got no farther than the concept of like what if Winnie the Pooh and Piglet killed people? Okay, and what's the plot? Huh?
That's the plot, bro.
that is the
Well, there's a
plot.
sequel-
What
there's
do
a
you
sequel
mean, what's
coming
the
out.
plot?
There's
Cash
a
the
sequel
check.
coming out next year.
No
Well,
fucking
it made
way.
enough money for them
No,
to justify
well, yeah.
making a sequel because they made the movie for like a ham sandwich budget. So the fact that it isn't in theaters at all, it made enough money to justify making a second one. Which their big selling
Damn.
point is this time we got Tigger. You got what?
Sick.
Tigger with a T. With a T. Please don't hurt me.
There's a horror movie I just watched where it's a comedy. It's Spirit Halloween. I was just trying to remember. Spirit Halloween, the movie. It's bad. It has the
Does
old
it have anything
style
to do
vibe.
with the retail store?
Aren't they
Yes.
trapped in a
Spirit
spirit
Halloween.
Halloween is the premise of the
these
movie?
3 kids, teenage boys, lock themselves in the Spirit Halloween overnight, and
Yeah.
then a
Oh yeah,
malicious
classic shenanigans.
Yeah. I never wanted to lock myself in a store overnight. There's never been something
You
off
never-
my like list.
Oh, dude, that's so. How is it not? I mean, it's just like, you know, they make movies about that shit all the time. You know what I mean? Because you know, Dawn of the Dead, that one movie with that girl from The Labyrinth, the name of which I can't remember right now, but I
Yeah,
remember.
that's the mall they get placed in.
Well, to be fair, they're not like they stay there
Yeah,
overnight
that's
because
not
there's
for
zombies
funsies.
outside.
That's
Not
true.
just
These
because.
kids like are like trying to prove themselves because they're like, you know, they're like teenagers and they're like, we're too old to go do trick or treating. Let's do something, you know, cool. So, you know, locking yourself in a Halloween store. And then, you know, an evil spirit from who helped create the town, like the spirit of the man who helped create the town, comes back looking to possess them. It's really has the old 2000s vibe of low budget, but it's not as low budget as the 2000 films were. But the effects are still pretty shitty, and it's funny. It's just funny. It's not meant to be scary, but they did enough of the comedy where it's like, all right, this is definitely more
So bad it's
comedy.
good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had fun. I watched it.
I'll add it to the list.
Well, this being the Thanksgiving special, as always, like we've already talked about a few movies and things, but also, of course, we got to talk about the dishes. The most important thing about Thanksgiving more than anything else is the food. Last year, you heard from me, Alex, and Jonathan about our Thanksgiving stuff, as well as from a few other special guests. But this year, we got Rob here, who was not here last year. So, Rob, what's on your table
Mac and cheese.
when you do
Mac and
Thanksgiving
cheese.
with your family?
Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. It's the best part. It's the best part of the fucking of the whole damn day. Mac and cheese. I mean, you know me. Any excuse to have or make or consume mac and cheese, but
But that doesn't count. That's like an everyday food.
for in my
but,
house,
but
sure,
mac and
yeah,
cheese on the
Thanks.
Thanksgiving table is a good thing to have.
yeah. It's kind of controversial because not a lot of people believe that mac and cheese belongs on the Thanksgiving table.
I know. I
But
It
believe
does.
that. I believe it does not belong on the table. That
Well,
just-
you're
it's
wrong.
not a
but-
specialty.
You're
First of all,
That's fine.
yes, it is. Have you had some bad homemade mac and cheese? Because I have, and I'll tell you right now, it makes you want to murder people. Like you know,
can't have
people
the-
need to
you
cook mac and
it
cheese. They
has
better
to-
cook it right.
It makes you want to
it has
shout.
to be it has to be baked. You
Mhm.
have to have that like layer of
Gooey cheese.
crusty cheese
Yes.
on top with the gooiness in the middle.
But that's something
Mm.
I can make like on a weekday in July, and it'd be like totally normal. I pull out a fucking
Right,
whole
man.
turkey.
You can get
It's weird.
turkey legs
You-
at the Ren Fair, man. That doesn't make it
That's
any
like
less.
a leg. That's
Thanksgiving.
like a
You can make
that's like a
mashed
whole ass
potatoes
turkey.
any day.
And
You make mashed
also-
potatoes any day. You can make ham any day. I had a ham sandwich yesterday that I brought to work.
Ham you
But
got
when
it
I
from the
get that
deli,
ham-
though. You did not just have
I
like
had
you
rolls-
cannot get a
I had
honey
rolls
glazed
today.
ham and bake it.
So
no
you're
different
just,
any
but
other
you're
time
like
of the
on an
week of the
average
year.
Thursday, you're going to the
You see
grocery
what I'm
store
saying?
getting a
Do you see
honey
what I'm
glazed
saying?
ham and just cooking
You see
it
what I mean?
like it's a normal thing.
People don't like the mac and cheese.
I'm just saying.
It's a divisive topic.
I love mac and cheese.
But
Don't
it's
get
the
me
best.
wrong.
It's
There's
the best.
leftovers
It's
in
the
my
best.
fridge I'm gonna eat, but like
And Alex,
it's not
you
a-
act like you can't get some bird shot and a free Friday afternoon, go to the woods and get you a turkey if you really wanted one and cook
Okay,
you
now
up
I'm not
a
doing
turkey.
that. That's where you lost me, Jerome.
See, I want to do
That's-
that. I would love to do that. Want to go hunting?
He just knows how to speak to his audience, is all.
From the south, we're very, we're
Well,
very
maybe-
like
Again,
hunt your
that
own,
is a
hunt what you
specialty.
kill.
Am I hunting my mac and cheese? Am I foraging for noodles? Am I creating the cheese myself? No.
Foraging for noodles. I'm just imagining Alex looking for the coveted noodle tree.
I would. If I get high enough, I could probably have a nice afternoon trying to look for a noodle tree.
That reminds me, if any of you are watching Invincible right now, Adam Eve has unlocked easily the coolest power. For those who haven't watched the show or read the comic, Adam Eve in that show can manipulate matter and turn things into other things. Like she can turn like a book into like and manipulate the molecules to turn into a cheeseburger or something. And there's a point where she
cheese.
lives in like a treehouse, and because her and her friends are like they're all teenagers or whatever, and she turns the pine cones in the tree into beer. But they literally are still on the tree, and so they use it to snap. It's so the cap is so on there, they just crack it off. They don't actually as like a bottle opener. And I'm like, this woman has invented a beer tree. Can you imagine
Let's
if
go.
such a thing existed, the world would be destroyed. It's like,
No, dude, she solved one of the world's biggest issues, dude. You know what I mean? That's an important issue on
I'm
any
just saying,
ballot.
if you could just find a tree where beer is just, and I don't mean just like beer as in like you gotta stick a hose in it, tap into it to siphon it. I'm talking, it's just already in the glass bottle. All you gotta do is, and it's just
Yeah,
a
dude,
cold
the
beer
forbidden
just
fruit.
right there.
I mean, there are
Hell
some
yeah.
fruits already, like you crack them open, they're hallucinogenics. Although they're like in the fucking Amazon. Everything in the Amazon can either kill you or like get you
Or make
high.
you see stars. Mhm.
There's this. Keep going back to TikTok. There's this guy who walks around the fucking Amazon barefoot and like touching spiders, walking up on crocodiles or alligators. I don't know what's in the Amazon. I don't know which one is which. And he's like, I'm looking for the 20-foot python. And he grabs things. He's just grabbing like snakes and spiders. Like it's like a normal thing to do.
Mm.
It's not okay. Don't touch the spider.
This man needs to be stopped.
Don't touch the spider that's bigger than your hand. I feel like that should be a general rule for all.
Even some that are smaller than your hand.
Exactly.
But Rob,
what is
else
everybody's favorite
on your table other than mac and cheese?
Go ahead.
On my table?
Yeah, when you go like to Thanksgiving with your family or just Thanksgiving with your your friends or whatever.
Well, I haven't gone to Thanksgiving with my family in like years. But back in the day, I mean, tamales is probably like the one key difference, I think, but is like always there. The tamales, the hunk of ham alongside the whole ass turkey, which I think is excessive if you ask me. But recently I started doing the Thanksgiving dinner myself, like the whole thing, the whole spread. And I did it all from scratch, you know what I mean? Like I made the whole sage sausage stuffing. I made the cranberry sauce like from scratch. I did everything, it was exhausting, but delicious, dude. I ate like a king for like a solid week. It was great.
Bro, I was about to say those leftovers
Yeah,
hit
dude.
different.
I made the moist maker from Friends. If you guys know that reference, do you know what I'm talking about? You guys don't. Nobody watches Friends here.
I watched it years and years and years ago.
Friends, so they always do a Thanksgiving episode every season, and one of the better ones, in my opinion, was the infamous moist maker sandwich that Monica makes for Ross with the leftovers from every Thanksgiving that they
that's when
throw
he has
together.
anger issues, like really bad
Yeah,
ones.
it's when he loses his fucking mind because his dean at the college that he teaches at ate his fucking sandwich, which is like insane, completely unhinged. Who the fuck would do that? Like, who eats another man's sandwich? Like, honestly, his rage was justified in that moment. But yeah, I made that sandwich, and it was, I mean, yeah, worth every ounce of rage that man had
Listen,
for it.
I have made a sandwich where it's like bread, mac and cheese, ham, like a slice of ham, slice of turkey, some of the gravy. Best sandwich ever. There
was one day I made when I was still living with Christian. I made myself I kept asking her, I'm like, do you want a sandwich? I'm gonna make myself a sandwich. She's like, yeah, no, I'm good. Made a sandwich. I did the toasting of the bread. I actually took out the ham and heated it up in a pan, put a little bit of stuff on it, and I made myself a real sandwich. I sat down, she just stared at it the entire time before I even bit into it. I was like, do you want it? She's like, I didn't know you were going to make it like that.
I didn't know you were going to go all out.
Yeah. I didn't know you were going to pull out the spinach and I was like, just take the fucking sandwich. What actually Christian and me do for turkey, we do Father of the Brine, which is from Bob's Burgers. If you've ever watched that show, he does this one where he brines it for 3 days. It's so good.
Wow.
Keeps the turkey nice and moist. And we've been doing it for years now because of that show.
That's wild. It's like a turkey cubano. That sounds pretty good.
It's so good. So moist.
I usually, with the leftovers, I usually don't do the sandwich. I usually just eat first of all, when you have leftovers and you have all the individual dishes in all of the containers, it takes forever to scoop all of them out individually, put them on a plate, and then microwave them. But I do that. I usually don't do the sandwich for whatever reason, but I love me some good some leftovers.
It's the best part, honestly.
My grandpa, granted, I'll tell you the story. You tell me who's at fault on this one.
Probably you.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not involved in this story.
Oh.
My sister
/am I the asshole?
No, we so it was Thanksgiving one year or something similar to it where you're having a dinner, if not Thanksgiving. But
one of your Thanksgiving adjacents.
Yeah, of course, you put some of your leftover, especially in the black household. It's you keep styrofoam containers with you, because when you have all the family over, it's like, hey, y'all take something. Y'all take some of this food. You're not gonna eat all this in the
Except
household.
in 2023, we transitioning to glass because it's better for the environment.
Fair enough.
Let's
but
go.
but you know, you have like to-go
Preach.
containers for family members to take something with them, you know, on wherever to their destination, back to their home. So my sister always gets herself like a plate, and so she made her own little container and stuff like that, and you know, put all her favorite stuff in it. And instead of she take a Sharpie and write her name on it, she instead used like her fingernail and like etched into the styrofoam like her initials or her name, one of the two, on the styrofoam. And it was
Whoa.
visible. Like you can see it clearly says my sister's name on it. So then she takes that and then she goes and she spent the night because you know it's a long drive to her house from where she lived at that time from my grandparents' house. So and they were hosting Thanksgiving. So we go to she's like, Grandpa, I'm gonna put this, Grandma and Grandpa, I'm gonna put this in y'all's fridge. And then she went out for something. She went somewhere. Comes back. She didn't realize that she put her styrofoam container with all the styrofoam containers. Some that are like some that just have that are just being used as a container to just contain food, and others that have other people's like leftovers or whatever. And my grandpa ate her. And so
Whoa.
she came back. She's like, Grandpa, where's my food? He's like, oh, I ate that. And she's like, what? He's like, oh, I didn't know that was yours. I thought that was somebody else. I thought your grandma fixed me a plate. Like in the style. No, Grandpa, that's my
Yeah,
food.
right.
And in my head, I'm just like, you know, who is at fault on this one? Because you didn't
She is.
make it much more clear that your name is on this thing. But at the same time, Grandpa could have just, because he didn't ask
Dude,
any questions
100%.
either.
100% he knew that was hers. He just didn't care.
Because he didn't ask my grandma,
When-
did you make, because spoiler, like plot twist, my grandma did not make him a plate because she's like, why would I make you one? We have the containers in our fridge.
He
So if he
saw
just
pretty.
asked the question, he would have found out that was not his.
when I was living with my parents, anytime I had food, leftovers or whatever that was specifically mine, and it was like a container situation, like takeout, whatever, I would write my name on the top, on each side, on the front and back, so there was no confusion.
I feel like you got some trust issues,
That
Jonathan.
Halo got 8, dude.
That it was mine. You can't deny that you saw my name.
See,
Exhibit
I
A.
say it's hers because, like, one, it's such in there. If I see food, I'm not gonna be looking for names. I'll be like, "Hey, food." Who's like, and it's like with all the other stuff. As somebody who grew up in like a household with like a shit ton of people, you either mark it appropriately or you hide your shit. You have to hide food. I still have that habit today. I'll like put stuff away and be like, I'm gonna hide this, and I'm like, no, wait, I live alone. Why do I gotta hide it? From who am I hiding this from? So
You're the demons of your
either-
past.
they're my friends now. We've made peace.
It's just like I've only ever had that happen to me one time, but it wasn't with food, it was with soda. I had bought a like pack of glass bottles of Cheerwine soda. And which, spoilers alert, Cheerwine is hard to find. It seems like it only exists in the South and at candy stores anywhere else. Because
never
of the
heard.
only places that choose to carry soda, to carry that soda. But it's a dark cherry soda. It's very delicious. If you've never had Cheerwine, highly recommend it. But I had some in South Carolina, and like at that time, the family house we grew up in had 2 stories, and my bedroom was on the top floor. And so my dad, apparently, the way my dad tells it is like, I asked you for the Cheerwine and then I drank your last one. Like, what actually happened was that I was in my room, door closed, playing video games on my TV, and
Yeah,
I
he
just
said,
hear
"Hey, can I have this?"
vaguely, Jay, I was like, huh? And then nothing. It went quiet. So I was like, oh, okay, well, never mind. It's
That's
like,
all you
whatever.
had to say. Say less.
And then I come back to the fridge to find no Cheerwine, and I was like, Dad, do you know what happened to my Cheerwine? Oh yeah, I drank that. What are you talking about?
He
This
said
was
he,
your dad?
Technically, I told you. I told you.
he said
was
he
your dad?
asked and he said he asked and he didn't lie. He didn't say he got approval, but he said he asked. And
See, I never
What
asked.
side
Like,
of the
if,
family was your grandfather on? Is it your dad's
No,
dad?
that's my mom's side of the family. No.
All right. Okay. The plot thickens.
see, like,
I was
I'll
gonna say.
I'll go with my sister. Go to my sister's place, and I'll be telling her, I'm like, I'm taking this. Tell me no. If she like, so I'm always like, I don't ask. I'm like, I'm taking it. Tell me no if you don't want me to take it.
See,
Stop me.
I'm
See,
like,
what
tell
makes
me
me
no, but I'm taking
upset
it.
about that story is just that, like, any other time my dad needs my attention, like active attention, he'll walk in my room, no problem, just, without knocking nothing. Just, Jay, I need you to do something. That was but that time he just felt satisfied
he
and
was
not even
doing.
get a
He knew
verbal
what he was doing.
confirmation. What'd you say,
That's
Rob?
good enough.
So what do you, so we have this poll going on it where actually now it's funny that we're talking about it now. We have a poll going on a whiteboard at work where we're trying to like it's like a March Madness for like what's the best Thanksgiving side. Currently macaroni and cheese is in the lead.
Yes,
With
'cause
wine
it's bomb.
wine closely following.
Wait,
wine as a
wine?
Yeah.
First of
as a
all,
We're
side.
people
bunch of
need to go to
alcoholics.
Alcoholics Anonymous because clearly they've got
Okay.
a problem. If that's
All
their
right,
best
look.
side.
they just have the
dude.
wine on the plate in a little pool.
Oh, I
Look,
thought-
dude, Thanksgiving is confrontational, dude. You I mean, if you don't have that like problematic, family member at the dinner table at Thanksgiving, you're it. It's you.
It's just, I just imagine them being like, it's a side, pull up a whole saucer. Just like that's
I mean,
how they
you
sip
do.
it.
So there's always somebody like, I'll bring the wine. So that kind of feels like a side a little bit, because that's like something
Yeah,
like people are like, I will
I
bring.
think so. Feels festive, you know what I
By
mean?
that
Like especially
notion,
the right kind of
napkins
one.
are a side.
Okay,
You
relax.
don't ingest napkins, except for like the little weird kid you always have.
But,
That one weird
what's
kid you
y'all's-
gotta worry about.
What's y'all's favorites like side? Like not the main thing, but like what's your favorite side? And what do you think
Corn-
is the best?
Cornbread dressing. No, not corn. Not corn.
Mm.
Cornbread dressing.
Okay, what the hell
Uh,
is that?
It's just dressing,
So you know stuffing,
but softer.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool,
It's
cool.
stuffing. It's pretty much stuffing, but
It's
it's
like
like
cornbread stuffing.
yeah, it's made with cornbread, and it's like and like you have the consistency when it's made well. It like blends together, and it becomes like it's like a good consistency. And my
Let me
favorite
ask you
thing-
this:
Yes,
Do you put corn in the cornbread?
I do not.
Thank God.
Corn is usually.
That's insane. I hate
No, it
that.
is insane.
That's upsetting.
No,
That's
if you
upsetting
put
when
corn
that
in
happens. I've seen it.
cornbread,
I've
you
seen
are
it,
a
dude.
psychopath, and you need to get examined.
Exactly. I'm
We
not
don't
coming
usually-
back next year.
We don't usually serve corn at Thanksgiving. It's usually green beans for the main vegetable option.
Same. Although, how do you cook your green beans?
Like boiled, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I only asked that because, like, I remember one year my mom blew my mind where I was like, Mama, how do you make your green beans like your green beans? She's like, oh, that's easy. First, you get chicken broth. I'm like, chicken broth? She's like, yeah, that's what you're
Oh,
boiling in. I was
no.
like, oh my God, that is the smartest idea I've ever heard in my life. That's
Oh,
so
My
yeah.
mom puts
smart.
the like the what's it called? The like turkey leg in it. She also puts that in her in the greens as well.
See, you got to get like
Green bean
Roger Wood
casserole's
sausage.
Pretty
From
popular
Walmart.
too.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you.
No,
You
no,
go
you're
ahead.
good.
No, you're better. You go ahead.
I felt like I stepped on you. That's why I said go.
Oh, for God's sakes, Rob, what were you saying?
The green bean casserole is another popular one that I see too.
Nah.
I've
Yeah.
never had green bean casserole.
Same. Never had it. I've heard of it for sure.
It's good.
Never had it.
That was always a staple in the church and like a Midwest thing. Somebody always had a green bean casserole. I will say one thing I miss about like the Midwest area: casseroles. The
But say,
casseroles
well,
are,
that's also just a church thing. Everybody
Yeah.
got to make a casserole.
but like
everybody
the
knows how to make
casseroles
one.
out there were like drenched in butter and fat. Out here, it's like a little more healthier. They're like, I use an alternative oil or
Here's
some
a-
shit. No, I want something to clog my heart.
You could tell they made it with ingredients from Whole Foods and not
Yeah.
Walmart.
I went and got
Mistakes on the line.
organics. Yeah, I went and got organics. So I know I want you to go to the grocery store and find that really ugly looking one, and I want you to drench them in some butter. That's a real casserole there.
Hell yeah.
No, like I would say my favorite side is, if not mac and cheese, like mac and cheese is number 1. Number 2 is collard greens. Like that's what it is for me. Well, collard greens and rice. Like I think collard greens by themselves is good, but I need something to absorb some of that juice. So the rice helps like balance it out for me.
Dude, confession. I don't think I've ever had collard greens in my entire fucking life. Not once.
I'm not, and anybody listening to this podcast, don't revoke my black card, but I'm not a big fan of collard greens.
Jonathan.
Never have been.
Listen, it's okay. I feel like here's the thing when it comes to black dishes, right? I feel like every black person has a particular thing, but they just don't want to say it because they don't want to like be outed. But I'm like, look, everybody. First of all, like my mom always said, the reason half of y'all back fat is because you be eating fat back. Okay, stop. Like, stop eating so much pork and fat in your life, and then cholesterol wouldn't be the number 1 killer of black folk. I'm just saying, the fact that kosher table salt has a higher body count than any police department in any state in America is a problem when it comes to black people. Okay, let that be known
Saying a
right
lot.
now. Anyway, like kosher out here is a serial killer to the black community. But
Anyway, collard greens are all right.
But here's the thing: is that like for you, it's collard greens. For me, it's chitlins. I don't like chitlins at all.
Oh,
I'm
I
not a
think
chitlins
chitlins
guy.
for a lot of people because
Yeah.
the just the fact of what it is.
That's true.
It's gross. So
Yeah.
I think that's a very fair one.
Yeah, like
Okay,
chitlins.
look, dude, don't look. Cut me some slack here. I just googled chitlins.
I mean-
Is that just tripe? Is that all that is? Is that the
Yeah, pretty much.
intestines? Okay,
Intestines.
that shit's
mhm.
delicious.
Mhm.
That shit is delicious, dude.
Well, see, here's the thing.
All
You
right.
say it's another dish, like another Mexican dish, but I'm sure they are cooked completely different.
Possibly so.
Probably. I gotta ask you guys a quick question. So we were having this talk at work about like this woman. She's like half black, and she says she's like, oh, I don't need any of this stuff. She's like, I'm not a slave anymore. I don't have to.
Oh no.
And she's like,
Okay.
she's like, we're not slaves
Okay.
anymore because somebody was talking
Now,
about
see-
eating pig's feet. And somebody was talking about eating pig's feet and stuff like that, and she's like, I don't have to do that anymore. And then I was like, oh, do you eat like maybe cow's tongue or so? She's like, no. And I'm like, first of all, that is a thing in like Mexican dishes, and it's like hearty. And then I was like, I'm
That
like,
shit's
so you
good,
just
too.
eat boring American food? That's what you're telling me. She's like, oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
have- Hidden Valley Ranch on tap in my apartment,
Here's the thing.
just in case someone sneaks some flavor into my dish.
I know. Gotta water it all out.
That would get her black card revoked because you don't come for the soul food in that way. It's one thing to have a particular like preference
Taste.
and just say like, hey, I just don't like soul food. It's not for me. That's different than
You
saying
know
like,
what?
I'm not a slave anymore, so I don't have to eat that food. That's insulting. Now you insulting the culture.
Yeah, dude. And you know what I bet it is? I bet that if it's not like coming from like a place of like hate, I bet she just hasn't had good soul food because for the longest
true.
time growing up, I thought I hated Mexican food, but really I just hated my family's shitty cooking. They just did not know how to cook food.
I felt the
Cook
same
good
way
Mexican
about
food.
pancakes. I always thought I didn't like pancakes. It turns out my mom
Turns out you
just,
just had shitty
my mom
pancakes.
just makes bad pancakes. And I told her that. Like a
Dude,
few
yeah.
years ago. I'm like, they were always dry. Why do you think I was like soaked in syrup? I love
Yeah,
you,
dude,
but I
I
don't love
mean-
the pancakes.
I had to drown them in syrup so they could
I
be
love you.
edible.
I love you, but I don't
Oh
love your
my God.
pancakes.
I recently got breakfast with somebody who ordered French toast dry, right? and they
No.
got their
They-
syrup. They got their syrup in like a cup on the side, and they would take a piece off and they would dip it in. And I was like, dude, that is genius. That is so
See,
Oh,
smart.
I thought you were gonna criticize it.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
not
criticizing,
criticizing. I'm like,
you're-
why
I
now?
dig that. I dig that, man, because like you
Well,
could
it's-
put the perfect amount of like syrup on your fucking French toast, and it doesn't get all soggy. You know what I mean?
No,
It-
syrup
it's
is meant to be like laid out
meant to be
chaotically. Yeah, just throw that shit
Sometimes
on
I
there.
like it a little
I'm with
soggy.
you. I'm with
Sometimes
you.
I like it a little soggy, but I can see that method because you know they have the French toaster sticks.
I was about to say
like, where you
French
can
toast
dip
sticks.
it.
That's what they did. They made
Uh-huh.
French
Yeah,
toast sticks.
where you can like dip it.
I'm just saying
so
that might be the play for pancakes. I think I'm just something to think about. Food for thought. Forgive the pun.
But but here, like, the thing is that, like, here's the power of soul food, right? My girlfriend, like, if you've been on this podcast, and you've heard me talk about her, notoriously vegan, hands down. And we went to Portland. We went to Portland. Listen, she believes in it, dang it. We went to Portland, and they have a lot of vegan restaurants there, but one in particular. Don't like the name. Appreciate the respect, the hustle, though. Dirty Lettuce. That is the name of the restaurant, if I remember correctly.
Ew.
But they make vegan soul food. And soul food's so good, even as a vegan diet. My girlfriend it blew her mind. Collard greens, fire. Cornbread, she couldn't stop. She couldn't get enough. She couldn't get enough of all of it. She just was munching it down. She was taking some of my food. She was like, it's so good.
How do you not eat like collard greens or cornbread in general?
Because those, like, depending on how you make it, most people, when they make cornbread, they use butter and carnation milk. And collard greens, most people like season it using, like, at least soul food collard greens, you season it with meat. You use like turkey or use sausage or whatever.
Pork or whatever.
Like, season it. Yeah, pork, something like that to season it. So this is, it's all, that's the thing about soul food, is that it's like, to make soul food vegan, you really have to remove a lot of ingredients
work.
because it requires a lot of butter, a lot of meat, a lot of different ingredients.
It's a little fat.
Yeah. Yeah. And she had a great time. She loves vegan soul food now. Anytime we can get it, she's getting it. So soul food.
If you guys in LA, if you guys come down to LA, there's a lot of vegan soul food places down here as well.
Dude.
Alex, Alex, I don't think you said your favorite side.
Oh, I love garlic mashed potatoes. See, they have to be garlic mashed potatoes. I just don't like the mashed potatoes.
Here's what's funny. You
Garlic
said that, and I
mashed
was like,
potatoes.
that is the bougiest Thanksgiving side I've ever heard in my life. You can't just have regular mashed potatoes. It has to be garlic mashed potato.
Dude, garlic is like 25 cents a bowl, dude.
No, it's good. I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
It ain't
has
that
to be
deep, dude. It ain't that deep.
Nothing about me is. No, I think it's like good because like you get the regular mashed potatoes like for your dinner or something, but like the garlic ones, I used to love like the garlic mashed potatoes, but I make them really intense. People don't like how intense I make the garlic mashed potatoes, but I'm making them for me. You can eat them or not.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Which I don't understand how there's ever such thing as too much garlic.
I don't think there is.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
No, there can be. If you put far too much garlic in the thing, you can't make it inedible. Like, there is a limit, but a lot of garlic can be pretty good depending on the item. Like, if like broccoli, dump garlic in it. Garlic on broccoli.
It is though harder to make something too garlicky than it is to make something like over seasoned or like
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the garlic mashed potatoes are always great. I don't really celebrate with my family anymore, and it's super nice. I enjoy it for the fact because ever since I moved out to Seattle, I don't see my like family on like Thanksgiving anymore. I just spend it alone eating pancakes, and it's the most peaceful thing in the world. I actually really love. People are always like, "Oh, that's so sad." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I wake up late. I get some pancakes. I chill in my pajamas all day. Nobody's questioning me about my life decisions. Nobody's like just making little side comments at me. I don't have to wonder who cooked this dish or not, and if it's the person who should be cooking the dish or not.
There's always that one person.
There's always that one person.
You cook this?
Why did you let them do that, man? Why?
No, you just gotta be like. No, go ahead.
I unironically have spent quite a few Thanksgivings and Christmases at Denny's and loved every minute of it, dude. You know, Denny's is
Yeah.
like a comfort food like kind of place for me for that reason. You know, it's
As
great. I
Christmas
love
legend Scott Calvin once said, "Let's go to Denny's. They're always open."
hell yeah. As one of my heroes once said, what the fuck is up, Denny's? Uh, I don't know the name of that guy. It's that metal band that played inside of a Denny's that one time. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. It's great if you haven't
That's
seen
my
it.
hero. I don't recall who he is though.
I don't know his name. Just a nameless hero, dude. He's
Most
not
of
in
them
it for
are.
the clout.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is always that one family member, like especially depending on like how you know what it is. You know how you measure who that family member is, how rich the family is. If y'all are exceedingly rich, nobody can cook, more than likely, except maybe the mom or grandma. Those are the two who can maybe cook something edible. Everybody else can't cook for shit. They can make reservations. That's the one thing they can make, but they can't make anything else. But then, like the poorer you are, for some reason, cooking is like the pinnacle skill. Everybody of those people, like
Just a great
whoever that
equalizer, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I have this one cousin, which I don't understand why, as I have openly stated constantly, I am Mexican. She makes Puerto Rican rice every fucking year, every family get together. It was always Puerto Rican. I'm like, why though? There's
What
always
is
a bunch
Puerto Rican
left.
rice?
It's just got a lot more shit in it than necessary.
Like what?
It's got, from what I'm recall, because I haven't had any years out. They got green beans, they got corn, they got carrots, they got onions, and the rice is just cooked differently. It's not the Mexican rice I'm used to is more cooked like almost actually Asian style. Now that I think about it, but the way it's cooked
Like
is
fried?
just in a little bit. And the Puerto Rican rice it just got a lot more stuff in it, and it almost overpowers the actual rice. Like I'm coming here for the rice, not this extra side dish you got going inside of it.
I mean, hey man, have you ever had dirty rice? Cajun dirty rice? Honestly, dude,
Not long
that shit
time
is
ago. I've had
so good. It's so good. It's like rice, but it's got all the extra shit in it. You know, it's got the bell peppers, onions, and carrots, or no, bell peppers, onions, some other thing, and then like sausage and like ground beef, and it's got like gravy in it. It's just like this delicious, like unnecessarily extra dish. Like it's rice, but only technically in name, you know.
Right.
But I love that shit. You know,
Or
I haven't had
sometimes that
Cajun
like
food in
shit
so
adds.
long.
Or like a jambalaya with like just everything
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah, dude.
Although here's the thing, you said dirty rice, and like that's real dirty rice. But I'm sure a lot of people might think of dirty rice, especially if they're from the South, and think about like because you can get it as a side at Bojangles, but it's not really dirty rice. It's mostly just rice with like maybe some ground beef like seasoning mixed onto the rice. And in my head, I'm like, I can't. Now that I think about, whenever I think about Bojangles now, I can't not think about the Great Taste segment from All Def Digital. They were arguing over the best fried chicken spot, and Kev on stage was arguing for Bojangles, and they roasted the hell out of him on behalf of the Bojangles name because like just being like, yeah, that's right, give us the soft shoe, nigga. They out here selling that slave chicken. How's it feel? For those who don't know the history, Bojangles is the name of a black man who was a tap dancer and often performed for white audiences, and often is considered a man who was on the level of something like an Uncle Tom or so, or a step and fetching black man. Like for those who know, you know.
Got him, dude. Okay, so Jonathan said the cornbread dressing. Jerome said, well, I'm sorry, what was it? Not collard greens.
Mac and cheese or collard greens, one of the two. Well, collard
What's
greens.
what's the number one though?
Mac and cheese.
What's mac and cheese? Okay, and I'm saying mac and cheese, and then Alex said what was it?
I
The
love mac and
Garlic mashed
cheese.
potatoes.
mashed potatoes. Okay. So I mean, which one's the winner though? Out of those three, I think.
If I
That's
had
for
to
the
change my
audience to decide. Or put
if
up
I
a
had-
poll maybe on social media or something. Audience, you decide which one is.
I
if
mean,
I
if
had
you're-
to change
if
my
you're-
vote, I would change it to mac and cheese. But
Why?
I'm sticking-
I feel like you're just doing it to be part of the group there. Because you
It's
don't even
really
have
good.
something like close to like it being mac and cheese. Like maybe you got like a rice and you're like, I could switch over or something. No, you're just like dress it mac and cheese.
Because it's good.
There's a
It's
leap.
Because it's
But I will
good. That's
say-
why.
Fuck
I
you.
will say mac and cheese does like
Something
stick
to
out
you.
the most. Well, it does that too. It does stick out the most. You could have a plate of Thanksgiving food without mac and cheese. But you can't have a plate of Thanksgiving food without the dressing. That's what I will argue from my point. With the dressing or stuffing, whatever you want to call it, it pairs well with each food. Like you could have a bite of the dressing and a bite of the turkey, bite of the dressing, bite of the ham, bite of the dressing, bite of the mashed potatoes. It goes well. You can't have a bite of the mac and cheese and a bite of the turkey. It doesn't. It
First
doesn't
of
go
all,
too well.
who can't? Because yes, you can. It's
Watch me.
mac
Watch
and
me,
cheese
bro.
goes with everything.
tell you-
Especially
I know,
if you get
like,
the collard
it
green
kinda-
juice, getting into the mac and cheese. Fine.
No, it makes sense
Best
because
thing
like
ever.
mac and cheese, you want to like cut up the thing and then put it in there and then mix it in there. If you have like a piece of turkey and then like the mac and cheese on top of it, it's a little weird. It's a little weird
To give it, I think maybe I have to give it to Jonathan on that point. Like you can have, I'll eat a piece of turkey with mac and cheese, but like I don't want like the juice from like the green beans getting into my mac and cheese, and I definitely don't
Yeah.
want to.
Missing out.
I definitely don't want the mac and cheese with the cranberry sauce, dude. That's just weird. But you could definitely do that with the stuffing, dude. So
It's
I think
all
maybe you're
going
right.
to the same place. And also, here's the thing: is that
You're
like
nasty.
the stuff, like unlike mac and cheese, stuffing is even harder to cook right. Because here's the thing: mac and cheese at the very even bad mac
That's
and
a
cheese,
point for
depending
it
on
because that means
depending
when
on
it's
how
good,
much.
it's
God
good.
dang it! My whole light done fall now because my point's so vivid. That's why the light fell down because I'm lightening up this podcast right now with just my words. When the mac and cheese,
No, because even your light don't believe in you. That's what it means.
So, listen, with mac and cheese, like as long as you got the right amount of cheese to noodle ratio and carnation milk, all that stuff, you can make a pretty solid mac and cheese. It might not be like your grandmama mac and cheese, like the best mac and cheese, but it'll be solid enough. You cook your dressing wrong, it's just wrong. Period.
All right.
There is
All
no
right,
saving that.
I think I have a way of settling this. Like, ultimately, what's better, box mac and cheese or box like stuffing?
Box
Stuffing.
mac and cheese. Easy.
It depends on like the brand for mac and cheese though.
Kraft. Let's assume it's Kraft.
Kraft
the
Blue
most
Box
popular one.
Special.
Yeah, you're showing up.
Okay.
You're showing up to Thanksgiving, and y'all didn't prepare or whatever. It's
First of all,
everything was
if you
sold
show
out.
You show up to Thanksgiving with Kraft's Blue Box Special mac and cheese. Like we'll eat it, but you getting your ass whooped before. Like you just have to take
Hey,
that
man.
L real quick for
Inflation-
having the nerve to
inflation
bring this.
Has been hard on all of us, dude. You know what I mean?
In this economy, man, you got to do what you got to do.
You gotta do what you gotta
You
do.
just shouldn't have came. Tell everybody you sick. You got food poison. Something. Just stay home at that point.
I'm
You
just
couldn't-
saying,
or bring nothing.
Again, in this
At the
economy, I
bare
got to find a way
minimum.
to get leftovers. All right, I got to do what I got
At
to
the-
do.
At the bare minimum, you got to be able to like have a decent like over the counter, let's say like Thanksgiving experience. I think. I mean, is box mac and cheese better than box stuffing? I don't know, because I think
In a
that would
world-
like.
In my head, in a world where you can buy like a Thanksgiving dinner over in the like section right next to where the bakery is in insert grocery store in all of America, but probably all of the world, you can
called a
find yourself
deli.
some decent mac and cheese at a moment's notice, and it's easy to get on the table. Dressing, not so much.
Actually, no, that's a good point because because I used to work at Fred Meyer at the deli section, we would have to do that. Fucking everybody be like, "Where's my food?" Calm the
bugged out. Anyway, in those sets, there's never any mac and cheese. That's never a staple in there. So mac and cheese is ever part of the Thanksgiving dinner, like the initial
We're
pre-made
beyond that.
boxes.
We're past that. We've accepted it as a part of the
Making a
pantheon.
point.
Alex is like, who's
you all
we?
are still involved in it.
This is the
I know
hill
where
that
I
I die
stand.
on.
I even worked in a place that professionally we were handing out those meals, and like mac and cheese wasn't in it. No, you end up going to go get your Crafts Blue Box Special.
Okay, what's better, box mac and cheese, box stuffing, or box mashed potatoes?
Now, if I had to add box mashed, I even say box mashed potatoes actually, because I love me some box mac and cheese. But box mashed potatoes will last you. It sticks to the ribs. Like it's
Yeah,
it's good.
honestly,
Yeah,
I love box
surprisingly
mashed
good, yeah.
potatoes. So you know, I used to have whole date nights revolved around boxed mashed potatoes, dude. Back in the day, that shit. Yeah, maybe is that the best one? Then? Is that like?
I will say the
The
garlic
fin-
mashed potatoes is universal. Like, you know what I mean? You can't be picky. You don't have to be picky about it. It's just good. Like, no matter
Hard to
who's
fuck
eating.
up too. Hard to
Yeah,
fuck
and
up.
hard to mess up. That's true too. So I would say garlic. You know what? It's surprisingly garlic mashed potatoes might be the winner out of this battle.
And
Damn,
you try to
dude.
be calling me bougie and all.
The underdog.
It is, but it's still like. And listen, if I went to my family's Thanksgiving and I
With
was
a
like,
little
y'all
bit
have
of
garlic mashed
shredded
potatoes,
cheddar,
they would look at me
little bit of-
sideways.
a little cheese sprinkled in the garlic mashed potatoes. You know what I mean? You're looking at a good time.
See? Aha.
Now, what do you guys put when we're dealing with like gravy and stuff? And I guess like the cranberry sauce of it all. What do you put on what?
Well, I don't
put
use
the
we don't
gravy
do
on?
cranberry sauce, so I never.
Yeah,
don't think
same.
I've ever had
I've
it.
never done cranberry.
Oh man.
sauce.
Okay. All right.
I love cranberry sauce.
Let me put you onto some shit, dude. Do you have any
Okay.
idea how easy it is to make your own cranberry sauce? It's so easy. I used to think that like cranberry sauce was like this big mythical thing because it comes in a damn can and it's all jiggly and shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like
Like Jell-O.
good
Wait,
homemade.
no, you're not talking
good-
about cranberry sauce. You're talking about cranberry jelly. That's a jelly.
I thought it was.
It comes-
I thought
There's
that.
a difference.
It comes in a
I
can.
will
No.
doubt
No,
it.
cranberry sauce that people buy that comes in a can and they pour it out and it comes out all gelatinous, but then
It's
it like
all
softens
warm.
over time. Yeah, and then
It
you can
does,
like
yeah, it
spread it
warms
out or
up.
whatever. It's more like a jam, but that is what people think of when they think of cranberry sauce.
I
But
thought people
homemade
liked
cranberry
that.
sauce. People like it, dude. But dude, it's so easy to make. You just buy a bag of frozen cranberries and then boil it with sugar, and that's it. That's it. That's all it is. You just like let it sort of simmer over low heat for like a little bit until it becomes like a sauce, and it's just delicious. It's the best thing. You could throw a couple orange peels in there if you want, some cinnamon sticks, but just as is. So easy, so delicious. Try it this Thanksgiving. You're gonna love it.
Oh, Christian and me always made like our own like cranberry sauce. Like we always made by that hand. And then when she started dating Yasi, Yasi's like, "Oh, I like the canned stuff." And then Christian's like, "Oh,
Nuts.
just give it a try." And I'm like, "It's in a shape. Cranberry sauce
Yeah.
shouldn't have a fucking shape." And
It's like
she's like-
Smuckers.
Yeah. She's like, "Oh, it's still good." I like put like half of that, I think, on like a slice of turkey, and I'm like, it should not
People like
be
it.
this gelatinous. Why? That's
What
not
do you-
sauce. It's a Jello.
What do you
Jell-O.
put it on? Do you put it the turkey? Do you put it on the turkey?
Like
Do you put it on-
biscuits. You put on the
The most I've
stuffing.
heard
the
is like a
rolls or
turkey
whatever.
sandwich. Like you make a turkey sandwich and you use the cranberry as like
the
the
cranberry
jelly.
sauce.
Yeah,
Put a little roll.
Yeah.
I've heard of that before.
The Hawaiian rolls. Oh, Hawaiian rolls.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Mm.
Those I love.
Yep.
But you can have those year round.
That's true. Or just not the Hawaiian rolls, the dinner rolls. The dinner rolls that you like put in the oven for like 30 minutes and they
My mistake. Horse of another color. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that was my mistake. I said Hawaiian rolls, but I was thinking about the other one.
I mean, Hawaiian rolls
Dinner
are
rolls.
often used
I
as
like the
dinner
Hawaiian
rolls.
rolls.
That's
Like,
true, but it's still not like the same, but I'm talking about the particular dinner rolls you always I feel like I never see them outside of Thanksgiving too.
that's because
Yeah,
Thanksgiving's the
Thanksgiving
only
or
time you
Golden
really-
Corral.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. I
If
would
you
say
remember those.
I'm just like gravy is just my thing. Like I like gravy on,
Yeah.
but strictly over like either turkey or mashed potatoes. I don't really put gravy on anything else. like in Thanksgiving.
Not the stuffing. You eating dry stuffing?
I don't eat stuffing. So
What's wrong with you?
Whoa, dude, that's insane.
yeah,
Why?
What are you doing? You
because I
eat-
don't.
it's
I
just
don't like
like,
it.
That's
that
like
much.
saying I don't eat turkey on Thanksgiving.
No, I eat
That's
turkey.
insane.
I just don't eat stuffing. I don't
But
eat
the
Alright,
stuffing.
stuffing's
dude.
like part
No.
of it.
And then
You know what it
again,
is, dude?
that's if it's there. Most of the time, my family don't really do stuffing like that.
You
So
know
we
what
don't
it
really-
is,
we don't-
dude?
we don't
You've
have
never had good stuffing.
That's
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just never had good stuffing.
It's true.
Look up a
It's true.
recipe for sage sausage stuffing, dude. It'll blow your mind. It'll change your life.
But does anybody play like games on Thanksgiving? Do anything like do any other activities and stuff on Thanksgiving?
Nah, dude. Just like trying to avoid the problematic family members. You know what I mean? Take a drink every
That's
time.
the game in
your
and of
Theo says-
itself.
Take a drink every time your Theo says something controversial. You know? That's about it.
For me, in recent years, it's more. So, we've had more like intimate family Thanksgiving, so it hasn't been like all of my extended family. It's just been like a few of us. But in like the years when it was like everybody, we wouldn't really play too many games. Back when I was a kid, maybe we would like, and you would have like the kids section and the adult section. But like as we kind of grew out of that, we more so just like listen to music and like danced and stuff.
Well, yeah, you gotta do a shuffle or
That
two.
was the thing.
Oh yeah.
Electric slide, Cupid shuffle, biker shuffle, cha-cha slide. There's more, but those are the ones.
The other
Oh, the
ones.
wobble. Yeah. Like
The rest of them.
Board games were banned in my family during holidays.
Did we get
and
too
stuff.
intense?
Wow.
After one summer, this happened with Monopoly. We all stopped
No
playing board
Monopoly.
games with each
I
other.
knew it.
Yeah, Christian and me to this day still will not play board games with each other. It just turns out always so badly. Things are said. We don't talk. Things happen. It's just always a good idea. So most of those
you
time
robbing
spent.
people between Monopoly, just pull out the
No, because
Wait,
she tries to
give me your
play.
$500.
No,
Give it to
she
me.
tries to play a strategy that I know she's playing, and then I call her out on it, and she's like, "No, I'm not playing that." I'm like, "You're doing exactly what I just said you were doing, and it's not going to help you win." Anyway.
It won't help you.
Anyway,
No, I can't help you now.
I swear. But a lot of times, I think during holidays for me, I was just trying to steal liquor. Most of my time spent was like, I'm gonna
Hell
steal
yeah.
a drink. They're not gonna notice. Be like tipsy by the time we're
Hell
like
yeah.
eating, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. This is great turkey. I love this food right now.
You know who I'm thankful for? Jack Daniels.
Tequila for me.
No, actually, I'm sorry. Go on.
I was gonna go about games. So go ahead. Finish. with
Go
yours.
ahead. I want to hear your games, dude.
We play not too many things. Oftentimes, my mom will kind of make games for us to play, and then like have prizes and things. But occasionally, we'll just do the regular stuff. Like one Thanksgiving, we played Uno and stuff. Which, by the way, folks, if you're playing any board game, but especially Uno, lay out your rules before you start playing. Don't just assume that your other partners or other people in the game know what you're playing. Because I'm telling you now, if you start stacking cards like it's going out of style, and everyone else trying to play traditional Uno, you fitting to get punched in the throat. Just like play.
And even
Stack
bigger
cards
warning.
in Uno. Who goes like,
Even-
yeah, we're not stacking cards. No, everybody does that. If you don't do it, you're the
No,
odd
no,
man
no.
out.
No. I'm not talking about regular stacking of like, oh, you played a reverse card, I'll play my reverse card. Now you have to play another reverse, or we go in the order. No, I'm talking, well, swip back to me, and then here's my 3 blue cards, and then
No,
draw
well,
4, and then draw another 2. Boom.
I'll
Uno,
take
I'm
it. I'll
done.
take it one step further. Write the rules down. Somebody have a whiteboard or a piece of paper on hand. Write the rules down. That way, you can have it in writing what your rules are. Because if you just talk about the rules, you could say you didn't say that. No, need to have it in writing. All right.
The tomes, pull out the texts. Let
We
me
used
see the
to take
contract.
pictures of the board games we were playing, so that if we had to leave it overnight, we knew where the pieces were. There used to be
God
stacks
damn.
of
I've done that,
Polaroids
yeah.
of our like board games. Be like, go look back. What did the last picture have? Where were you? I know you cheated.
I have some chess games that I'm still playing to this day because we took a picture. We just haven't gotten back to it. Still in the middle.
So now that we're talking about it, I do actually remember when I was a kid, when I was like a young kid, my entire extended very large Mexican family used to all get together at my grandpa's house, and we would like have the big huge Thanksgiving with everybody in the whole fucking family. And we did actually used to play some games, the most infamous of which being like Truth or Dare. But it wasn't really Truth or Dare. It was just like a dare contest. Everybody was always daring each other to do all kinds of horrible, fucking stupid shit. And I actually won one year because I dared my uncle to do some really nasty shit, and he couldn't do it. And it was great. He made me like go out into the middle of the night and like sing the national anthem at like 1 a.m. I made him eat a stick of butter, I think, out of the fridge. It was great. I hated it because it was like it was such a huge thing that like the entire family was so invested in that it was like socially exhausting. But I do remember that we used to do that.
See, I couldn't trust my family enough to play Truth or Dare because I'm very tight-lipped about stuff. So either they give me a serious dare where I'm like, this is ridiculous, I'm not doing this shit, or they'd ask me something that they finally want me to know. They take advantage so quickly.
Oh.
They'll be like, so you never mentioned what actually. I'm like, you fuckers, I'll take the dare. And they're like, all right, go do this horrible thing. And I'm like, no, I would never play with that. I do not trust them enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
See, the only thing black people have that's the equivalent of that is spades. I'm sure there's some black people to this day who have lost their life behind a game of spades. And you can't look at your partner for too long because then you eye talking across the table. So you can't do that. But then you also can't learn either. So there is no, well, I'm learning. No, you just got to come ready, even though nobody will teach you the game, ready to play some spades. And if you lose, prepare to get possibly smacked if you lose bad enough and you renege on at the wrong time.
Mexicans have loteria.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they made that into a game show. That's a game show now.
The hell? Are you for real?
Yeah.
It's kind of like bingo. Mexican.
Is it any good?
Bingo.
How could you make bingo into a show? That
They
can't
made
be fun to
Beach
watch.
Shazam. The Beach.
I'm about to say, what do you mean? They made Cherry Wild, Pepsi Wild Cherry into a game show. I don't even know what it is, but that's the title.
You're lying. That's not a thing.
I am not lying.
It started in October. It's called Loteria Loca, hosted by Jaime Camille and Sheila E.
Dude, I don't know how to feel about this, honestly.
I feel like it's probably slightly racist in a way. That like borderline racist where I'm like, you're getting close. You're tiptoeing that line.
I'm doing a Google. Loteria Loca. Wikipedia on CBS.
Oh my god, Cherry's Wild, yeah. It's not Pepsi.
Yep. Yes, it is. It's sponsored by Pepsi. It's like here it is. Cherry's Wild, an American television game show that aired on Fox. I love that it lasted a month. February 21st to March 28th, 2021. Hosted by Jason Biggs and sponsored by Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Man, Jason Biggs has sunk. It's a giant slot
machine. It's just
machine.
a question game show, but it's just like, Pepsi, what are you doing? Why did you do this? Yeah.
Earlier best days were behind us.
There's a series of episodes and everything.
The Wall, I love that show.
Game shows they go like all around like pandemic time. They like shot up.
Yeah, because what else is there to watch?
Yeah, that was like there's nothing to watch.
Shows. Especially now, during the strike, game shows were one of the things that were not struck. So
yeah, because they ain't getting
game shows.
They're not actors; they're real people coming in to see Steve Harvey and play the feud.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play the Family Feud.
Me and my
We should do
mom
the Family
would
Feud with
kill
friends, though.
Family Feud.
Be a good podcast episode.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Family Feud, though. If you go, because every family is like, oh, we should play Family Feud, but you got to know what members to bring. First of all, I'm not bringing my dad. I love my dad to death, but he ain't coming.
You end up on YouTube.
Invited to Family Feud. He's not coming.
Would he end up going viral on YouTube?
No, it's just he has terrible answers. Me and my
ones that go viral on YouTube.
No, okay.
TikTok.
No, me and my mom have it down to a science. We'd be always nailing Family Feud answers. You know why? Because we think like white people. Because those are the answers. They're the only ones that are up there on the board. Do you want to win Family Feud? Think white, and you'll be all right. That's the motto.
Oh my gosh! I want to say the SpongeBob. Oh brother, this guy's.
Oh my god!
You laugh, but it's true.
Dude, listen to what the man's saying. I mean, his Family Feud is based off of a poll, right? Statistically speaking, the numbers are behind you. You know, I think you're right.
And here's the thing.
Something.
You're not wrong. I don't
black
like
people
it,
don't like to be
wrong.
handed stuff. We don't like to answer questions. Whenever someone be handing you your mixer, hey, a moment of your time. No, I'm good. We don't answer questions. You know who do? Oh, hey, how's it going? Howdy, fella. Let me go ahead and answer some of these questions for you real quick. Them.
And I want to know, I think they've said before, but I want to know how they are sourcing these people to get these answers from them. In my mind, it's always some guy with a clipboard at a mall asking people questions.
No, dude.
You
It's
know
just
what?
like
I saw that.
random people walking down Times Square, I think, isn't it?
I saw a guy at Fred Meyer
Maybe.
asking people questions. Maybe he was with Family Feud.
People of color don't like to be harassed by anybody holding a clipboard. The second we see one, we immediately go the opposite
historical
direction.
trauma from it.
So when so whoever's doing the poll on Family Feud, even if they wanted to get black and brown folks answers, they not gonna get them. So they settle for white people.
Me and most of my family have ADHD. So if they're like, think of something, we're like, totally something else will come to our mind. So we're not good for the game. We'll go somewhere else.
Focus for it. Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
ya.
They're like, name an ocean. The Dead Sea. I don't know. I panicked.
See, in the name.
I've watched Family Feud with my parents enough to know that I think they would be competent on it, and I know my sister is smart, so she would be good. But it's just like you never know. Once those cameras start rolling, you never know how people are going to act. How like the camera could affect people, knowing that this is being going to be watched by millions of people. Like you don't know how people are going to act once they actually step foot on that stage.
Which member of your family? Which member of your family is trying to say the most ridiculous shit to make Steve Harvey make a stupid face? Which one's the guy that's trying to go viral?
Probably my dad. He would either do that intentionally or unintentionally.
My dad
He would either.
Yeah. He tried to soak it up his time with Steve Harvey, try to make friends with Steve Harvey on the show as the show is taping.
Yeah.
He'd be like, go ahead, Steve, tell me about your family, Steve. Like, no, we are in the middle of a game. Now is not the time to be asking personal questions.
It's like, yeah, you're on the clock, by the way. Survey says, how's your family, Steve? Ooh. 0.
I'm like, I'd love to do Family Feud. I feel like it'd be fun. I like the most fun though is seeing like terrible Family Feud answers of people who just, because some of them are just people who are like nervous clearly, and so they say the wrong thing. You're like, oh, that's a shame. But then there's some people where it's like they have the most confidence in a wrong answer, and it's like, ain't no you made a mistake. You just said something dumb. You just told a wrong answer.
My favorite of those answers are usually because the families always have to say good answer. And you can tell after they said something wrong, there's like a pause and they're like, good answer. And
It's
so
always like
despondent. They're like,
because their instinct kicks in. Like, man, why would? Oh, good answer. Good
yeah,
answer.
they're like, I have to be supportive. This is a family show. Yeah, it's the whole pausing there and they're going, this asshole just cost us money.
This son of a
Who
bitch.
invited Tony?
The
Who
worst
did
is
this?
when it's the fast money round, because at least the regular family, like the regular parts of the game, like everybody can participate. Fast money, you really got to be particular about who you send out there, because that person could cost you everything.
This has always been in my head. This one guy, the one question they asked, name a 3-letter animal. Alligator.
Yep. Alligator. Like, well, what's worse is his son came first, and he was like, name a 3-letter
Animal.
Frog.
Yes.
And it's like, a frog? That's 4. Well, okay, at least he was close. 4 letters, whatever. And like the host, I forget the host at that time's name, but he's just like, hey, he came up here plus me. You do not want to repeat his answers. Name a 3-letter animal. Alligator. It's like, are you serious?
I mean, technically you didn't, but yeah. See, that's where I would go really badly too, because also with like the word association games, I'm terrible at those. My brain panics and just thinks of like the randomest shit. So I would end up saying like alligator or something. I would be that fool, and I know it, and I accept it.
Especially when you know you're on a time limit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
My
there
brain
was
be stressing.
I got to be under pressure. That's why, like, me and my mom both are like have experience being on stage, being in front of people, public speaking, all that. So that's why we're like, okay, we're in for sure. Don't know about like, because we're used to being in front of people on the clock, you know, all that. We got to figure out who the other 3 are. That's our only thing. We got to figure out who's coming with us.
You got to figure out who you're carrying.
Right. The one lady who the question was like, name another word for mother, and the one lady kept saying, "Mammy, ma'am, or
nanny, or nana."
Oh yeah, Nini. Yeah, that was embarrassing. I was mad at her. She embarrassed herself.
She was clearly nervous, I think, but also a part of it was also like, again, you can't say, black people say nana or nini or whatever. Like even Hispanic people, because like my girlfriend, she's called nana by her cousins because when she was like babysitting them, like her little cousins. White people don't call each other that. Like, you got, when they say they have very specific terms for mother.
I assumed it was just like mother, mom, and
Ma.
Ma is, I think Ma was up there as one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call my mom. I call her ma. And then
Ma'am.
I call my dad pa. And I'm like, I fucking sound like a sheep. Ma, pa.
That's some Midwestern shit right there.
Yeah, actually. I called her
I
think I called her mom once on the phone, and she's like, that sounds weird.
In Indian culture, baba is a common term for dad.
Baba is often used in for Persian culture, and so I'll actually call
like a grandparent, right?
Yeah, like Baba. I call Cheddar Baba sometimes.
See, for me, I'm thinking of the Southern culture thing of like Bubba is just a name of like any dude. Like, hey, Bubba, where you going on down? You going down to the store, Bubba? All right.
Usually like a really heavy set man.
Normally a big guy is who you would call Bubba.
Well, Cheddar isn't exactly a skinny boy.
Okay, last thing before we head out is do you like, what is like an odd Thanksgiving thing that you've heard of or seen or experienced in your Thanksgiving experiences, if you have any?
Shit, dude. I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah. Like something that went down on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, something went down Thanksgiving or around or because of Thanksgiving, maybe, of just like, you know, maybe like after Thanksgiving was over, it's like, yeah, I had to put up lights after Thanksgiving, fell off the damn roof, broke my ankle. Just like, I don't know, something random.
Just all of my like drunken feels wanting to like fucking rock each other's shit, dude. You know, after one too many Coronas.
think of that. It was mostly like my family would be like, somebody's starting shit, and then the next day finding out who's not talking to who.
The cheese man.
Yeah, they're like, who's not talking to who? Why? What did I do? You said something. I'm like, I didn't say anything. I don't think I said anything. I usually
Yeah,
said
dude.
something. I'll be honest.
All of the trash talking, dude, because the whole family gets together. You know what I mean? Everybody's like cousins, and like everyone's like through marriage, like people who aren't even like really related. With like all of the extended family members. Like that scene in The Bear, where they all get together
Yes.
for like Christmas. It's like that, dude. Everyone gets together and then they're all talking shit about each other behind each other's backs and shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I heard that this person's actually adopted or whatever, or this person only married them for money or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, dude. Like, god damn, I'm 9 years old. Like,
See,
why are we getting into this?
I love doing that. Like, I get involved in everybody's shit. I shouldn't be, but since I don't really talk to my extended family more, I do that at work now. I will literally just slide up into conversations.
The cheese man's just part of the culture now.
And I'm like, I need to know, like, what's going on. They're like, oh, I'm like, so we don't like this person right now. Okay, I can do that. I'm like, I'm with
I
that.
can do that.
I don't know them, never interacted with them, but fuck them.
Mine, and I think I've talked about this before, but as a kid, like, they would usually be like at our house, and so we would have like the kids area and the adults area. My older cousins, and I love them, but they would always be picking on me because I was the second youngest, and then but the youngest, she was too young for them to pick on, but I was just old enough, so I would always get picked on in my own house at that, in my own house. So that would always be a thing. Yeah. Because I was in my own age range. They were all older, and then my cousin was like really young. So I was like the middle child out of the cousins.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm so sorry. I got picked on by my my older cousins on my dad's side at the family junctions, and so I feel you. That sucks.
I was the asshole. I'm sorry. As the asshole, I apologize to both of you.
It was me.
See, I mostly stay out of family drama, but it's mainly because I live far away. So it's more like,
well, that's why I gotta go to coworkers now, and I gotta get that drama.
Like, I'm not present. I'm not a part of the ensuing drama. I mostly just get the highlights of when everyone gets together and we all having a good time. But for me, I think it's like, I told this story last Thanksgiving special actually, but just when we all the men cooked for Thanksgiving one year, it went well, so that wasn't the thing of the story, but more just the idea of just like, it just seems so foreign. Like the idea that it's like none of the ladies in the family were in the kitchen at all to cook anything, and there's a lot of meats on the table. And some vegetables here.
For dinner.
I mean, listen, that's when all the fellas are cooking, expect most of the meal to be protein. Because if there's one thing, at least especially in the South, men know how to cook, it's meat. Whether it be on the grill, baking it.
I was about to say, so you guys didn't cook, you barbecued is what you did.
Yeah,
Oh, really quick. One year I had my tia Mela make. She's also this older woman. It's so funny because she cooks this amazing food. She's like that, Tia. The food she cooks is insane. She decided one year to make bacon wrapped turkey.
Interesting.
It was so
that's
good. It was insane. It was so
I feel
good.
I feel like I've had that too, like a bacon wrapped turkey leg. I think I've had that once before.
I didn't know how
the whole damn turkey?
It was the whole turkey.
That's
she wrapped
impressive.
the entire turkey. It was so insanely good. I want to do it again, but also I have high blood pressure at times, and I don't know if that's be good for it. That's
save it for a rainy day.
My dad's all about frying the turkey. He had a big pot with the little fryer kit, where you have the hook and everything, and he would dip that bad boy on in there and fry it, some grease, instead of baking it. Which I think is kind of, in a lot of ways, safer, as long as you're doing it right. Safer than baking it, because you don't risk burning it, like, and causing a fire to come out your damn oven. But you just got to be careful with the grease.
You think deep frying is safer than baking?
Right.
For me,
That's-
granted,
there are-
listen, I grew up deep fried house. We used
Bro,
to
I'm
fry a lot of
shocked
stuff.
and
so
appalled.
we're used to frying things way more than baking them.
Said
Yeah.
that with your full chest, with like a straight.
I
Yeah.
feel safer when the grease is popping than I do when the oven is on. Okay.
What is wrong with you?
Because I know what's coming. I can look at the grease and be like, I see the I
I know
see
ovens have
danger.
lights now. All right, you could just
Yeah, dude.
click on the light
And a window.
and a window
Listen, we
behind glass. At that,
the
Yeah,
only
dude.
things that were
Protective wear.
Yes, that's true. But here's the thing: is that at the very it's still in a hot box. Okay, you don't, and then you can't be just trusting anybody's oven.
So
Anything
instead of
coming out of there,
so the hot box is not safe. That's behind protective glass and contained.
you still
You
gotta
want the
open it to get
open-
your food item.
You want the open pot of boiling oil as I dunk a
Bring
turkey
over an
there.
open
That's
flame.
safer. Open flame.
You
Thank
act like
yes.
you can't put on a rubber glove if need be to get the turkey, and also you put it on a hook. You put the thing, you put the like a
I know
apparatus
that,
in
but
the
like
turkey.
you're still
Grab the
dipping.
hook.
It's everything's
Dip it out.
open.
what happened if you tripped?
That's true. I'm
No,
clumsy.
that's the scenario.
What if you sneeze?
Oh no! Just tripping out the grease. What happens if you forgot the oven? Which happens very often. You forgot the turkey was in the damn oven. You start smelling smoke. Open it up. Flames shooting out. There's a lot of
what
what
you
ifs in the
do
world,
Is
Jonathan.
you push the turkey back in and close the oven and suffocate the fire.
You know full well that the damage is already done. The second you open it, all the heat and the smoke and everything coming out, you probably gonna light half the damn kitchen on fire before then. Before you get a
I just wanna
chance to
point out-
close it.
I did a quick Google. I just want you to know that according to the National Fire Protection Association, turkey fryer fires cause an average of 5 deaths, 60 injuries, and over $15 million in property damage every year.
Damn.
I am sure that is not false, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. For my money, I want my turkey fried. Okay, so I will take the risk.
Dang, 5 people die every year.
Every damn year.
They just want their turkey a little more.
Listen, 5
crispier.
people probably die from Viagra overdoses every year too, but people are not gonna stop taking some of that. All right, listen.
What
Where
a
did we go
connection.
from turkey to Viagra?
I'm just trying
All
to give up different
I mean,
statistics.
both
Social.
make you feel good, right? I'm assuming that's what Viagra's purpose is.
Well, I mean, they say that turkey has that. What's it called?
Endorphins?
No, the stuff that makes you sleepy.
Oh, the itis gives you the itis.
No,
Melatonin? I don't know.
the what's it called?
It makes you tired. Like a turkey makes you tired. There's something in it. But
know,
Viagra doesn't make you sleepy, though. If it does, that's a whole nother concern. I think that's a different reaction.
At that point, it's not Viagra. Whatever you're taking is definitely not what you think it is.
But apparently, it's just a myth.
What is?
Is it tryptophan? What is it? Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Tryptophan? I don't know.
Tryptophan or
But-
tryptophan?
It's just something like that. But apparently, it's just a myth that turkey makes you sleepy. Yeah.
One of those old wives' tales.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how you cook your turkey or how you have your sides or what games you play on Thanksgiving, the point of the matter is that we at least hope that you're having a good time on Thanksgiving.
Hold on, really quick. 240 people have died from Viagra overdose
I also Googled that.
since its discovery, not in a year.
Total.
Total.
Ooh, damn.
Hopefully
Come
they
on.
have someone help them with that.
No, they died.
No, not the
Jerome.
dead
Clearly
people.
they
I
did
mean
not.
people at risk of dying.
Oh.
At least they died doing what they loved.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one could only hope because there's nothing worse than you take some and then they just like, you know what, I'm tired. Damn all that. Are you kidding?
But think about how traumatic
Nobody
it was for
helping
the
me.
other person, because clearly they died after taking this. I don't know if it triggered a heart attack or something. That's got to be the most awkward moment.
Probably is a heart attack most of the time because they say you're not supposed to take it if you haven't taken heart medication or you have heart problems.
Yeah. Well, that's every
Well,
medication. The medications I'm on. I don't have heart problems.
Well, I mean,
Anyway.
it like rushes blood flow. So I'd imagine if you have a
That's
heart
true.
problem,
That's more concerning.
you probably will die or have medical complications if you take anything like that. But regardless, this conversation has gone off the rails. The point is,
Happy
Thanksgiving is a great
family-friendly
time.
Thanksgiving.
For the last time, this is not a family-friendly podcast. We are very explicit. Let that be known from the top.
We just swear. We're not talking about anything bad. Those were statistics we were talking about.
Right?
Yeah, numbers. So,
Point is that Thanksgiving is a time of family, food, friends, games, all that good stuff. And so we hope
colonialism.
that yes, also
That too.
terrible history. But no matter what, as long as you find the time to spend your time around a table with good food, with friends and family that you enjoy being around, that is the true meaning of Thanksgiving. And so we hope that this year your Thanksgiving is amazing, that you're very thankful for the moments you get to share with those people, whoever they may be. And and we appreciate that you've been spending a piece of your Thanksgiving with us for some reason, listening to this podcast. So thank you on behalf of the First Ones to Die podcast. Comment below. Tell us about your Thanksgiving memories, things that you've experienced, things that maybe you hope to experience. I don't know what those may be, but maybe you want to experience the collard greens, the majesty of garlic mushrooms, mashed potatoes.
Garlic anything. I'll eat it.
Comment below. Tell us what you think. But before we get out of here, as we do every episode, socials. We'll start with Jonathan. Jonathan, where can people find you?
You can find me at Jonathan Keys on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you please. You can also follow us at The First Ones to Die. You can email us, thefirstones2die@gmail.com. We'd love to know what's your Thanksgiving favorite side dish. Is it mac and cheese? Is it garlic mashed potatoes? Is it cornbread dressing? Let us know. If you're listening to us on your favorite audio podcast platform, please give us 5 stars. It would greatly help us out. Also give us a review as well. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. Also comment down below. We would love to hear your thoughts. Alex, where can people find you?
You can find me at Alex and Nobody on Instagram and on TikTok, as well as the podcast TikTok, where I post little clips of the episodes that we have done, things we may do, and just random things I do because I get bored throughout the day. What about you, Jerome?
You can find me at NotJeromeRed on Instagram. And also, of course, as always, check out the YouTube channel to find all types of extra content that you cannot get anywhere else in regards to this podcast. I'm talking gaming videos. I'm talking book reviews. I'm talking mini reviews of stuff you don't have time to do a full podcast episode for. I'm talking vlogs. I'm talking all types of extra content that you don't want to miss. So go on over there, check that out if you get a chance. And if you do check it out, or you are watching this on YouTube right now, subscribe, like, favorite, share, all those good things. You know the deal. I don't have to tell you the speech. You've seen a YouTube video before. But, feel free to do all those things. And Rob, where can people find you if they wish to find you?
I'm on TikTok. They don't need to find me.
Fair enough.
They
Type
can
in
find
Rob
him
and hope
by-
you find him.
If they find me, dude, yeah.
I'm most likely going to tag you in the TikTok, so they're going to find you.
It's fun. I haven't posted any music in a while. I'll get back to it at some point.
Did you post some a couple days ago? I could have swore I liked a couple videos a minute ago.
They're old reposts. It's fine. I'll
Oh.
get back into it at some point. But right now I'm just taking a little hiatus from social media, mostly just lurking on TikTok. So
Fair enough.
Fair.
Yep. Tune in next week for something. I know we keep saying that, but it's because, listen, much like the song says, the future is Unwritten.
What song is that?
Right, I didn't know what song that is.
It's that song like the I think the song
don't
is
even
called
know.
Unwritten. Come to think of it, is it?
You don't
is it-
even
is
know.
By
it-
Natasha Bedingfield.
Nobody really knows.
Yes, by Natasha Bedingfield. Yes.
You quoted a Natasha Bedingfield song.
I was like, was this
I wasn't prepared for that.
15-year-old song?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
as she
thought it
says, today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. There you go.
I thought it was from
I
like
think
a
you
movie
need to
we
move out of
reviewed.
the Family Feud mindset there. I think you went a little too deep there for a second.
Look up Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten. It's a good song. You've probably heard it.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Lord.
All right. Well, until next time, I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to this. And we will catch you for the next one. Bye. And happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Go on over to the YouTube channel at The First Ones to Die to see all the fun stuff we got going on here, like mini reviews, book reviews, gaming videos, vlogs, all types of stuff.
Please follow us at The First Ones to Die everywhere. Go ahead and give us a like and subscribe.